Here's the last of my video log from the July trip on Lake Tarawera. It's the 3rd of July now, my 3rd day out. Had 2 nights on the water, 2 nights parked up there in Grace. Didn't get too cold for us, although the temperature dropped down to about 3 degrees overnight inside the cabin. No frost though, and very little condensation, in spite of all the mist and fog that you can see now. Anyway, just as a parting shot, I thought I'd better show you the little Anchorage again for those that haven't been here or can't remember it. Grace tied up over there. There's space for another 2 or 3 boats on the other side of her, and at times you can see 6 or 7 boats in and along here. So walking from the beach, we've got roughly a 50-metre walk through the bush here on the little gravel track to what I would regard as Tarawera's jewel in the crown, and that is what we call the bush pool, for obvious reasons. So you would have seen the spotted streak go past. There he is, dutifully waiting, of course, to see what's happening here. As well, here is the bush pool. Geothermal water seeps up through this gravel in the bottom of the pool, and it stays at a relatively constant temperature. Not much above blood heat, it's probably 38 degrees. But in winter, oh boy, is it appreciated. So here's the little bush pool as well, that I personally rave about, because it's just so easy to A, anchor up close to it or tie up close to it, and B, it's so easy to get to, and it's a nice temperature. It doesn't have waves bringing lots of cold water in all the time like the other rock pools on the lake shore do. So here's the little bush pool here at Te Wairua. The track continues up about as far as you can see there, and then splits in a Y at about that point. To the right hand side there's another 50 metres or so to a fish and game angler's hut, which gets used quite often. And to the left, the track actually goes up about 800 metres, I suppose, to meet the Tarawera Trail, which goes through from Te Wairua, crosses over the back, up that ridge up there, and then goes over the Rotamahana Ridge and ends up on the other side of Hot Water Beach. Still on Lake Tarawera. Lots of glimpses of the lake, lots of lovely bush to walk on. It's not a fabulous track, and that's probably the charm of it, the fact that it's all not all retained and properly formed and all the rest of it, and that there's roots coming through the track and so on. That's absolutely fine. I think it keeps its rustic nature as a result. We'll see what happens with the new injection of funds that DOC are supposed to be getting for the Tarawera region. Anyway, here we are at the bush pool at Lake Tarawera, or that close to the Te Wairua stream. So just the return trip, just as we go. Nigel and I had a comfortable night last night. Got down to about 3 degrees. It's now probably about 7, maybe 8. Sun still hasn't come out, as you could see before. But, so be it. We were nice and comfortable inside the boat this morning. I had a hot pool in the bush pool there for 30-40 minutes, and I'm still actually quite warm as a result of that. If I hadn't have had it, I'd be quite chilly, I would think. Anyway, so we're back out at the lake itself, and you can see Grace there. I tie up her nose and then just have 2 little stern lines just to stop her swinging from the odd bit of swell or whatever that might come in from another boat. So here we go, the final instalment from the July trip on Lake Tarawera in Grace.